it's my birthday. I thought what better to do than to meet the artist to celebrate. Okay, hello and welcome back to another video. And today, since it's my birthday, like I said, I thought that we should do a little meet the artist video since I'm officially 25 as of today. That's right, I can finally go out and rent a car. I have no need for that, I own a car, but at least I can now do it, so that's pretty cool. But anyways, it's been about a month and a half, I think, since I started uploading our videos on YouTube. So I thought now would probably be a perfect time. It just lined up perfectly to do a little meet the artist so you guys can learn more about me. But so anyways, a little basic introduction. My real name is Felix, but online I just go by Minoqi. And then I'm 25, like I said, and I'm half American, half Colombian. I saw on YouTube that 1.8% of my audience are Colombians. So hello, my fellow Colombians. I don't really know Spanish. You can write messages in Spanish, like comments. I just can't speak Spanish, but I understand Spanish. I just can't speak it. But anyways, in case you haven't been able to tell from my videos, obviously I enjoy character design. I think I've done multiple character design videos at this point. But I enjoy character design. I enjoy drawing in my sketchbook and just trying out a ton of different mediums. I've been using acrylic markers a ton lately. I've actually been really enjoying them. I bought them on TikTok on a whim, but I've actually been really enjoying it. So that's been very fun to experiment with. I also want to get back into using watercolor. That's what I used for this spread of myself. I also enjoy alcohol markers and honestly just pencil. I haven't done like a just pencil spread in a while. I usually have been finishing all my spreads, but I should do like some like just pencil spreads because they're very like chill, you know, not a lot of pressure. But obviously I have other hobbies outside of art, so I thought it'd be fun to kind of go over some of them. And one of them is reading both mangas, webtoons, novels, like all of it. I enjoy reading all of them. I haven't read a novel in a hot minute just because I usually get really obsessed with the novel and I like binge read like the entire novel in one day. So I kind of have to plan out when I read like novels and things. Besides novels though, I do read a ton of manga. I own a decent chunk of manga. I think I own all of Spy Family and all of TBHK. I own like half of My Hero Academia. Newbury sells, and I think Barnes & Noble, they sell like a volume 1 through 20 pack. And I remember I bought that like a couple of years ago on like a family trip or something because it was like half off. I thought I got an amazing deal. Spoiler alert, it's like always half off. Like whenever I go to the store, it's like always half off. So it wasn't actually like this like amazing deal that I can only get at that moment. But who cares? I got all of the first 20 volumes. I really want to buy the other volumes, but since I know that the show or whatever like just finished, or not the show, but like the manga series just finished, I'm assuming they will do another book set that includes maybe like the rest of the volumes. So I kind of am just waiting for them to release that because you usually can save a lot of money that way. But besides that, I also read like a ton of other series. There's this series called Fangs. That's a BL though, so you have to be 18 or older to read it. But you know, I have there's 3 volumes and they take forever to come out with more volumes, but I actually really like it. I bought it on a whim. It was actually a pretty good buy. There's also this comic called Obey Me. Some of you are probably thinking something else, but other people who know the game Obey Me then already know exactly what I'm talking about. And apparently they have a manga. I know, I didn't know that either. I ran into it one day just randomly when I was in New York City. When I was in like the city I was visiting, I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, this game has like a webcomic or a manga, and apparently it does. It's only 3 volumes. So, and honestly, it's not that bad. It's pretty adorable. Like it was like a fun manga, nothing like super serious or whatever. So I recommend it if you play the game. If you don't play the game, I guess maybe, but I think if you have played the game or you've watched videos of the game or something online, so you know the characters ahead of time, you'll enjoy it a lot more than going into it blind. But so I also have that series. I have like a ton of other small mangas here and there. Oftentimes, I'll buy the first volume of a manga series I'm curious about, and I don't want to forget that I was curious about it. So I definitely have a lot of just volume 1 mangas for tons of series I want to read eventually. But yeah, I think right now, some of my top mangas I definitely recommend is one called Tokyo Aliens. I think there's something called like Alien Stage or something. I see it mentioned online or something, but this is different. It's called Tokyo Aliens. I really like it. There's like what, like 8, 9 volumes out or something. I have some of the volumes in Korean, and I think in Korean it's farther out along than in English. So I forget exactly like what volume it is. That it's up to you, but it's a really nice series. I like it. I bought it on a whim when it originally started, and I've been keeping up with it ever since. Another series is Star-Crossed. It's only 4 volumes, and Barnes & Noble's usually has some of the volumes. Sometimes they have all of them, sometimes they just have like a handful of them, but it's only 4 volumes, so I definitely recommend it. It's a cute little like fun story. It doesn't take itself that seriously. It's pretty entertaining. And then I think outside of that, there was like, oh right, the last one that I'm currently keeping up with it's called, oh wait, what was it called? It was called something like My Noisy Roommate or something. It has a bit of a longer title. I forget exactly what it was called, but it was something to do with like a noisy roommate. And I swear to God, I know, it sounds like it would be a very weird manga. You're like, what was it with that kind of title? But I swear, it's actually really entertaining. And it's not weird like the title would make you think. It's actually very entertaining. Just trust me on this. There's 3 volumes out. The 3rd volume like just came out. So I definitely recommend stopping by Barnes & Nobles and checking it out. It was really entertaining. I bought it just like on a whim before a trip that I took to Korea. I wanted some sort of manga to bring with me to read. So I bought it just on a whim. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's actually pretty good too. So now I'm invested in it. So I'm keeping up with it as well. So that's my manga recommendations. But anyways, besides mangas, I also am very into video games. Things like Genshin. Okay, I say Genshin Honkai, but I have not played those games in months. I keep meaning to pick them back up and play them again. I just haven't gotten around to opening it. Because I played Honkai when it first came out. And then I just kind of stopped playing it for a little bit just because I had done everything there was to do like in the game. I was caught up, so there wasn't really much to do. But the problem is that then I forget about things. So I kind of forgot about the game for a while. And I was like, oh my gosh, I should really go back into that game and like catch up with everything I've missed. But yeah, I like both of those games. I've been meaning to draw more fan art of the characters and stuff because I really like the character design on those games. And honestly, Honkai is my favorite between Honkai and Genshin. There is Zoneless Zero base. No, Zero Base One. That's a K-pop group. Zoneless Zeros, something like that. I don't know. The ZZZ. That one. I tried it when it came out, and I was a little. It's kind of thing where it's like the theme of the game is like totally up my style, but like I don't know. I just didn't really like mesh with the game as well. I might try it again since it's been out for a while. It maybe is more like fleshed out. But yeah, Honkai is definitely my favorite. My favorite character from Honkai is definitely Yingqing, and then Danheng. I think so far. Yeah, I've seen a lot of the new characters, so that could very much change once I start playing the game again. But right now, those are my favorite characters. And then in Genshin, my favorite character is Xiao. He has been my favorite character since day one when I found him, and he will forever remain my favorite character. I love Xiao. I've never cosplayed anyone in my life. I've never done cosplay, but I have thought about cosplaying just so I can cosplay as Xiao. I love this character. And outside of that, Razor, Chongyun, you know, they're also pretty cool, but like honestly, I just really like Xiao and Genshin. That's kind of it. I play him all the time. Even when he's not the best character to play as, I play him anyways. But yeah, I'm also very behind in Genshin as well. I should really do that. Oh, Albedo. I also like Albedo. But yeah, besides that, the current game, I also play Pokemon a lot. I think there's a new Pokemon game coming out or something in like November, maybe, or maybe those are just series. I honestly don't remember. But right now, I've been playing Cult of the Lamb on my computer. A friend got it for me for Christmas, and then I randomly remembered recently. I was like, oh yeah, I have that game. I should play it. So I've been playing it. It's actually a lot of fun. I drew some fan art in my sketchbook for it. I recorded it. I don't know what I'm going to do with that footage or like where I'll use it, but I'll use it somewhere because I really like the game. It's pretty fun. I definitely recommend it. It's very cute, and I really like roguelikes, so I'm having a really good time with it. So if you're looking for a new game, I recommend that game. It's pretty good. But yeah, besides video games, I also enjoy K-pop, as maybe you could have guessed earlier. I said Zero Base One. My ultimate group is definitely BTS. They're the group I started standing first. They're what got me into K-pop. And then for a really long time, I never stand any other group until TXT came out. And then that's when the dominoes started to fall, and then I actually started to fall into like the K-pop rabbit hole of standing like a million different groups. So if you want my up-to-date list of who I'm currently standing, it's BTS, TXT, and hyphen, Stray Kids, Boy Next Door, TWS, and Quartus now, because Quartus just came out. So I'm not gonna say I'm like a full-on stan yet, because I haven't really like, looked them up really at all, but they're a group that I think I'm gonna look up. I really like the song Go. I think I'll like the group as well. In case you didn't notice, because you're not in the K-pop world, or maybe you just weren't paying super close attention, you're just listening to this in the background, which is fine by the way. Most of those groups are from Hybe, because for some reason, I don't know what it is, Hybe always makes groups that I love. I've tried other groups from like SM, like EXO. I remember I almost got into EXO before I got into BTS, but I ended up not getting into EXO. And then I know SM also has NCT. I tried to get into NCT for a little bit, but it was just too complicated, too big, too many members and too many like subgroups. I like couldn't bother to keep up with it. So I think there's also what is it, like YG. I don't even know what groups besides Blackpink YG has. So I'm not really sure about that. Then there's JYP. I just follow Stray Kids from JYP. I don't really know what other groups JYP has. I think they have like I forget what they're called. Psychers? Bikers? Something like that. I'm pretty sure it's also under JYP. But I only follow Stray Kids from there. I also kind of like ATEEZ. I wouldn't call myself a stan, but I like their music, so I listen to their music as well. But yeah, I really enjoy K-pop. So if you enjoy K-pop, please let me know. What groups do you stand? Obviously, in case you couldn't tell, I really only stand boy groups. I was going to stand New Jeans until the whole New Jeans fiasco happened. So that's probably not happening anymore. I'd be surprised if they continue being a group. I've been thinking about standing maybe Elite, just because I really like their music that they've been coming out with, especially their latest song. I forget what it's called, but it sounds like such like anime magical real vibes. Like it's great. I'm like, wow, this is like amazing. Like the intro is so good. And then Cat's Eye. Oh my god. I think Cat's Eye is probably like the only group that I can say like, you know what, I think I stand them because they're like all over my TikTok feed. And I love Cat's Eye. They're so good. So yeah, these are all the groups that I stand. I'd like to know what groups you stand. In terms of all my biases for my groups, for BTS, it's Jungkook and V. I usually don't have like just one person that I say is my bias because I honestly can't choose. So I usually just have like one or two. But for BTS, it's Jungkook and V. And then for TXT, it's Taehyun and Subin. And then for ENHYPEN, it is basically just Hee-sung. And then maybe also Jungwon. My friend is a Jungwon stan, and they kind of converted me a little bit, so it's probably Hee-sung and Jungwon. And then who else is there? For TWS, it's definitely Hanjin and Jihoon. And then in Boy Next Door, it's definitely Jaehyun. In Cordis, I don't really know because I don't know the members super well, but so far maybe Martin or James, I think. And then Stray Kids, it's Chan, and then I think that was it. There's also Cat's Eye. I think Megan's probably my favorite from Cat's Eye. And Illit, I don't really know the members, so I can't really say, but I might get into them in the future. But yeah, those are all the K-pop groups I stand. I spend way too much money on them. Whenever I go to Korea, I spend so much money on albums because they're like way cheaper over there. And also they literally have like photo card stores over there, so I will go over there and buy photo cards. Oh my gosh, that's right, Zero Base One. That's what it was. I knew I was forgetting something. Zero Base One. They're like my latest obsession because I binged Boys Planet finally like 2 years later. While I was in Korea. So now they're my new latest obsession. I literally bought all of their albums while I was in Korea. Like one of each album I got. And I'm hoping that they don't disband. I kind of feel that like they probably will. But I can always hope that they won't. And my favorite is Jang Hao and Ricky. Oh, and again, I almost forgot X-Love. They're definitely, I think, the latest group I started standing because they blew up on my TikTok feed with their song One and Only, I think is what it's called. It's a really good song. My favorite member is definitely Haru. But yeah, I think that was it. I went over all of my favorite manga, games, art supplies, K-pop groups. So I feel like you know me pretty well now. But I also hate AI art. I feel like that's kind of obvious. I don't like AI art. I also don't like summer because summer is just hot and summer has all the bugs and I hate bugs. So I also don't like summer. But anyways, in terms of the actual drawing, I kind of drew myself in the outfit that I've been wearing like every single day lately. I bought this jacket in Korea, like on my last day before I left to Korea. It's pretty nice. I've been wearing it a lot. I've been enjoying it. And then for the actual drawing, there was this trend where you drew yourself like a doll in like a little doll box, whatever. And I thought that was really cool, or like a toy. I thought that was really cool. I always wanted to do it, and now I was like, oh my gosh, I should finally do it now. So that's basically what I did. I was going to color in the background, and then honestly, I liked the white, so I just decided to keep it. But yeah, for the actual items, I just drew my sketchbook and my iPad, since those are the two items I use the most. My phone with headphones, because I basically always have headphones in. And then the Switch, even though I haven't played the Switch in a hot minute, I still play it there anyways. I put the number 1 because I don't have the second Switch because it's hella expensive. But yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave in the comments a little kick emoji so I know that you made it this far and to say happy birthday to me. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe for more videos. My next video, I believe, should be a new sketchbook setup video, so that's pretty exciting. So yeah, I post on Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 12 p.m. EST, and that's it. Okay, bye-bye.